We are now into the month of April, of course. It is National Financial Literacy Month, and leaders at SUNY are using that as an opportunity to remind parents and their kids who are about to go to college that they need to fill out the FAFSA, or Federal Student Aid Form. Completion rates have dropped significantly, especially compared to before the pandemic, and that means parents are leaving a lot of money on the table. I talked one-on-one with SUNY Chancellor Dr. John King today, and I asked him, what is the state doing to help? How concerned are you with this nationwide trend of fewer FAFSA forms being filled out?
Look, last year was very disruptive. The federal government changed the form, changed the timeline. I'm glad we were able to navigate that okay, and we actually saw enrollment increases at SUNY this past fall. This year, the process is going more smoothly, and our FAFSA completion rate as a state is up over last year, which is good, but we still have a long way to go. We want to make sure that no student leaves money on the table to which they're entitled.
Yeah, I looked at the list of the completion rates, and New York is certainly in the top, probably 20% in the country. But there are, close to a dozen states doing a little better. What are you doing now to continue to improve that number?
Yeah, well, this is the start of Financial Aid Month, so we're doing a lot of outreach. Folks can go on SUNY.edu and find out about financial aid information sessions that we're running. We've got a FAFSA Completion Corps, SUNY students who are trained to help prospective students and families complete the FAFSA. And we're doing outreach to school districts, school counselors to make sure that they are urging students and families to complete the FAFSA, because it's really the gateway to federal and state financial aid.
So for a parent who's watching right now, who has a child who needs to be filling out this form, but who needs a little bit of help, what is the one thing they should do? What one site should they go to? What one place should they go to?
Go to SUNY.edu and you'll be able to find out about information sessions and even one-on-one support that you could get through the FAFSA Completion Corps.
What is your message to parents and to students about the importance of this? Just half a decade ago, we were much better at filling out this form, and the pandemic really changed a lot of that. How do you stress the importance to people? What is your message?
Yeah. Well, look, last year, New Yorkers left over $200 million on the table in unclaimed federal financial aid. We don't want to be in that situation. SUNY is incredibly affordable. About 52% of our students go tuition free because of federal and state financial aid. So we want folks to take advantage of this aid so that they can get a college degree that will unlock economic opportunity for them and their family.
There are discussions about, and efforts to dismantle the U.S. Department of Education, which obviously handles student aid. That funding is appropriated by Congress, but there are worries about how this could be administered in the future. Are you worried about the dismantling of the Federal Department of Education, especially in terms of financial aid?
I am very worried. They've lost about half of their personnel just since the beginning of this year, including many folks who work on the FAFSA. So that is worrisome about the stability of the system. That said, Congress has been very supportive of the federal financial aid system. Members on both sides of the aisle understand the stakes for their constituents. So we're hopeful that Congress will step up here. But the best thing any individual could do, get that FAFSA done now. Don't wait. Don't put it off.
An important message. Chancellor King, thanks for your time.
Thank you.